Well, hello guys. I know you saw an introduction to tutorials a couple of, I think last time I checked it was about 7 months ago. But we never actually got around to doing the tutorials, as you saw from our last video, because this will be the next video to go out. We've been backed up, we've had no time. But in this one, it's just going to be a very short one. I'm going to talk about my rods and what I use. These are the rods that I use for my few fish that I had at Norton Disney. I'll insert a few of these pictures now. So let's have a look at the rods and what they are and why I use them. So first of all, the one thing that we need to talk about is where I actually keep my rods, because you wouldn't be able to take your rods anywhere if you had nowhere to store them, or at least you do with great difficulty. So the rod bag I use is the Corda Divide in the 12 foot. The reason I chose this one over the little bit of a cheaper one is because this one has 3 zips. So it has 3 compartments that you can keep your rods in, as you can see, completely separate to all the others. I have my rod out here. So it just stops there from being that possible tangle or your rods rubbing together and causing an issue. So now let's talk about the rods. So we'll first talk about the reels that I'm using. I use the Crosscast 45 SCWs in the 5000 size, just because it has a lot of line on it. So when I'm fishing at places like Norton Disney or places that I want to be fishing that further distance, I have the ability to actually fish that distance without running out of line. This style of them is the long chuck version, so it's got a much wider spool, meaning that when I cast, the line comes out a lot quicker, meaning I can just get that extra yard compared to the smaller spools. To help that, I have the tapered long chuck, which, as you can see, isn't as wide as it should be. That's because this reel has been through a lot recently. I did 10 days down at Norton Disney with these, and this line definitely needs changing. So now I'll talk about the rods. These are the Future Fishing Customs, which are made from the blank of a power mesh, but just made a little bit better. They're a lot softer, meaning that they have a lot of play in them, because of 3.5 test curve, meaning that I can get that distance without any issues but still be able to have control of the fish. While we're here, we will talk about this in a later video, but here is the rig that I've been using. It's simply on a lead clip. I'll just slide that down there. It's just simply on a lead clip currently. It is a spinner rig, just a simple 5.5 inch, which actually caught me all of my fish when I was fishing at Norton, and has caught me, I want to say, about 75% of my big carp, but we'll talk about the other rig later. So I want to say a massive thank you. The last video we put out, which will be the We Are Back with news, which was where I was fishing on a match lake and just had a few carp, that has already hit 200 views, which we never expected. Obviously we had a good few views on the pike campaign, but obviously going away from it for a long time and then coming back, we never expected to have as many people come back as we had. So I want to say a massive thank you to everyone. So all we ask of you, and you don't have to, we're not saying please, we're saying please do, but you don't have to. Please drop a like and a subscribe. We tend to put a video out every second Friday, and this that we're doing now will now be Tutorial Tuesday. So every Tuesday around 5 o'clock, well, maybe 6, depending on what we're doing, we will have a brand new tutorial out on rigs, bait, rods, the setup that we're using at the time and everything. Some might be on the bank, some might be here. We will just make sure to have those videos out for you lot, for the young people and the older people who want to learn a little bit and step up their game in fishing. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.